Many salutations to viewers and coins of the vault alike. I am Tatsumari, the self-proclaimed keeper of Maple Story lore and stories alike. There are many who do it, but I am the only one who does it like me. Ha ha ha! So tonight is the night for you, the viewers and coins of the vault. Oh, cool. Welcome, Ink and Play, Mama Rednack's Pokepen over on Twitch, and over there on YouTube for Dark Hearts and Ace Coon. How are you doing tonight? So, tonight what I'm doing is I'm going to be playing Satisfactory. It's kind of a background thing that I'm going to be playing Satisfactory. However, we are actually, the main event is the short stories that are going to be read by you, the viewers and coins of the vaults, who have written something for this prompt right here. This is going to be the second and final week of this particular prompt, and I will see if I can have a new one out and ready for you guys by the end of the stream. If you guys are able to and are mad enough or crazy enough to write something to have it be read by the end of the stream, by all means. There is no, like, thing where you have to be in by a certain time or whatever. This is both for YouTube and for Twitch. It is not limited to either one. The command at the bottom of the rules there should work on both YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to have your short story read, by all means, let's have at it. We'll have an awesome time over here. Also, we do have a bounty board that I hopefully I remember how to set it up for those of you on Twitch. When I make mistakes, and hopefully you get bingo, and you'll get something. Currently dressed like a vampire, trying to figure out how to continue my novel, pensive emoji. Ha ha ha! Yes. And Dark Hearts, chilling, doing well. Nice, very nice. Sorry if it takes a little while for me to get back to the YouTube chat, or either one of the chats. Sometimes there is a big delay on when I see the chat versus when I'm saying versus when I actually am able to acknowledge it. So it's not that I am ignoring you, it's that I just haven't seen it yet. And Ink and Play, the command is on the screen over here. You should be able to, it should be somewhere in the bottom of the rules there. You should be able to see it there. But yeah, that is what we are up to. So let me see if I can push the buttons correctly. Ha! Here we are back in the factory. Oh, hold on. I need to turn on the noise. There we go. We are back in the factory, and it is all going to be extremely satisfactory. So, for those of you who I know for the month of May, I didn't do this whole thing over here. What I have done is found that I need to expand the power grid for this whole thing. And that's what I've been slowly doing. I've been using, for those of you who are Satisfactory aficionados, I don't have the level yet where I can use blenders, but I am using the, what is it called? Let's see, the, not unpackaged fuel, not recycled rubber. Let's see, there is it's like watered down fuel, or diluted fuel, there we go. That's my recipe that I'm using. So there's a multi-step to it. I probably will simplify it once I get the blenders, but yeah. Yes, you'll do it with a Google Docs link when you send it in, Ink and Play. But for now, for both of you on YouTube and Twitch, I need to have an ad break over on Twitch, and you both will see me convene with my dragon brethren for the time being. When we get back, we'll get into stuff, so don't go anywhere. We shall be back after these massages. Alrighty. Let's get back into it, ladies and gents. Dragons and dragonesses of all kinds, Volstoat Dokar. So, here's, like, just to kind of give you an overview of what I'm doing. This is kind of the overview, or the above view of the process that I'm using for my generators right now. First I have to... It's kind of a long process, and it's a little bit annoying, but this is the process I'm using currently, or that I have available to me. First, I need to bottle water. Then I take that bottled water and I mix it with the purple grape juice, aka heavy oil residue. I mix the bottled water, I mix it together in the refinery to make packaged fuel. I then have to take that packaged fuel and then take it over to the packagers and unpackage it so it can go into the generators as fuel. And then I send the containers that had said fuel back through the system, back over to the water bottle plant, and the whole thing starts all over again. So it's a little bit of a tedious process, but it's the only process I have currently until I can get the blenders, which will streamline this process a whole lot more and possibly allow me to expand the power grid even further. But, yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me see, for those of you on Twitch, let me see if I can get the thing over here, going. See if I did this correctly. Okay. Alright, let's see if I did this correctly. Nope, I don't think I did. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hopefully, let me see. Okay. No. Nope, I think I did it incorrectly again. Give me a second here. Right then. Oh, I just have 25. Okay. Alright. Alright, so, I think I got it correctly. So, if you want in on the bingo game, just look down, for those of you on Twitch, just look down below in the descriptions and stuff, and follow along with events that happen. So, yeah. And if you do get bingo, the prize will be is that you can pick a thing from my Wheel of Doom. A specific, you can pick one thing. You don't have to roll, you just have to pick it. And that's it. And welcome everybody over on YouTube. I see we're breaking records over there. At least we were for about 2 minutes. But yes, oh, and by the way, yes, we did have a story submission by one Ink and Play. So let me get over into a spot where it's not quite so loud next to the generators and the unbottlers and the stuff like that. Huh? Oh, and yes, for the Eagle-Eyed, I do have a jetpack now. So, whee! No. We're actually going to go over here. And we're going to go stand on top of the giant purple upside-down mushroom thing. Alrighty. So I'm going to turn this down for now. Turn the game down for now. One more parachute. Oh man, that's one less time to use. Well, I still have the parachute. But it is an upgrade for me because of stuff that's happening, so... Well, you know what? Just for this... Actually, I have to go find the parachute, because I don't know where I think I took it out of my inventory for now, so... I'll get the parachute back on so we have a chance for more wet socks. But in the meantime, we have a story to read by Ink and Play. Boo for wet sock. Alrighty, let's get into the writing office over here. And we'll check out the story by Ink and Play. Alright. Scoots it over here. Scooch it over here. Alright. So this is Scientists Unite by Ink and Play. I watch as the storm blew in, fogging up the air and leaving icicles everywhere. The earth grew freezing cold so quickly that the plants and trees around me began to freeze, dying as if from hypothermia. I look up at the sky, mixed with weather with my light purple eyes. I focus on the sky and all the elements. This is a new kind of storm, I say out loud to myself. I notice a shadow standing next to me. You're thinking something we have never seen? I hear a man's voice. I turn to the man, slowly looking at him. You one of the new scientists? The man smiles a bit more with his silver eyes. One of them. Was told there's going to be another scientist here. They wouldn't tell me. Shot in the dark is what this is. I look over his shoulder, and a tall man walks over to us wearing a uniform. We need you to follow me, in a deep voice. I clench my hand onto my shirt as I follow the man in the uniform. Surrounded by people in a half circle with a woman in front of us with a mic in her hand. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an emergency. We are still trying to figure out what it is, and that is why we need your help. As we are walking, I turn to him. Did I ever tell you my name? If not, my name is Story June, but you can just call me Story. The snow is freezing in midair, and it is freezing. The fog is thick. The air is in negative temperature. Where are the computers? Do we have any, sir? I'm standing in front of the stage. A young lady is escorting the young man and me to a building that has a row of computers. You are welcome to use this room. The young lady speaks and then walks away. He sits down and looks back at me as I'm still standing at the doorway. Name is Blue, by the way. I nod to him and smile. Let's just get researching, okay? I try making small talk as my eyes are glued to the screen. I sit there, and the screen is full of words as I scan the screen. I take out my notebook, beginning to write down what I'm reading. This is not good. Blue looks at me, squints his eyes. Oh, I said that out loud, didn't I? I can't find anything about this weather. You find anything? I'm looking at him, leaning back in his chair. You giving up? Why are you worried about that? It doesn't even look like you're trying to find out what's happening to the Earth. Do you even care? I watch him lean in his chair, looking at me. Why do I have to do this? I sigh and push out of the chair abruptly, and sigh as I walk outside. I look at the sky, seeing the clouds change colors as the sky is blue. I rush back into the building and begin researching again. It's freezing cold, and the clouds are changing colors. Did you say the clouds are changing colors? Blue says. Yes, the sky was blue, and the clouds were all different colors, I say. I'm searching for more about what is happening in the sky. What do you think is happening? Blue is silent as I look at his face. A straight face. Did you find anything? Blue looks at me. Look at this. He turns the computer screen to me. I look at his screen. It really doesn't tell us anything. What everyone is saying is that it is a storm. But I don't believe that, he says. Why do you not believe that? I thought you didn't care about any of this. I don't, he says, coldly monotone. The sky begins getting darker, and the clouds are like the rainbow colors. As I look out the door, I walk back to the computer and begin researching. After a few hours go by with Blue and me sitting silently next to each other, I push my seat back from the computer. There is nothing on the internet that is telling us anything about what is happening. Why are the clouds in rainbow colors? And why is it freezing outside? Finding nothing also. The man in charge walks in with a deep voice.
Did you find anything?
I look at Blue. Then I look at the man. But before I could say anything, Blue speaks. No, we found nothing. Not in lack of trying either. The man begins to walk away. I blurt out. But something interesting is happening. The man turns around.
Okay, and what is that?
The sky. The sky is blue, but the clouds are all different colors of the rainbow. I know that's not normal. It was not like that when I first walked in here a couple of hours ago. We can't find anything about this. Because nothing like this has happened. That's why, Blue says bluntly. I walk outside after a few seconds. It feels like my bones are freezing, and I look around, seeing living creatures and plants begin to ice and die. I begin thinking of what it could be, but nothing comes to mind. All we can do is shelter, and it'll pass. I think that is the only option, I say. A voice behind me says, Giving up. Giving up. Thought that was my thing. I turn around. Blue's standing in front of me. I become speechless because I know he's right. Blue grins. You know I'm right, he says cockily with a wink. All right. Cool. That was, as soon as I can click the right buttons, that was very satisfactory. So, it's kind of like going, just basically giving up is what it sounds like. Just letting it happen. Whatever it is happens, just let it happen, I guess. Is that kind of what the whole deal is? Not the whole spiel, but the whole deal. Is that kind of what you're going after, Ink and Play? Alright, so let's get some more building going. Zoop. Alright. So I do... Oops. That's not right. Come on. Stop. Alright. Let me get out of the generator section here, because that's all you can hear. Big diesel generators. You're going to figure out later? Okay. So, if you were to continue this on... I want to play too. So if you were to continue on the story, what would be their findings? What would they find out? Fuel away. All right. So now I have the parachute back. So now wet socks are back on the menu. Right. Let's get some more. Actually, that's what I need to do. Come on. There we go. That's enough. We're finding out wet socks. Aha, very fun. Yeah, but seriously, though, in this story, if you continued it, what would be the answer they find? Yeah, there's plenty of things. And I will admit that the hardest part about this setup that I'm using over here is actually just filling up the whole factory with the containers, so that way I can get the water bottles up and running. After that, it's just a closed system, so I don't have to worry about things not getting fed. Let's see. I need more foundations. Not is what I need. Oh, look! A rainbow! I didn't notice that before. It's a rainbow! My pants are, I don't know yet. Okay. Well, even if you are a pantser, take a wild stab at it. What would be your first intuition of it? What might be the issue? Especially with rainbow clouds. That's what made me think of the rainbow right there. Rainbow clouds. What would be happening? Is like some chaos god waking up and deciding to turn all the clouds into cotton candy or something? Alright, so we need more foundations. That's what we need. Actually, you know what I should do? Is I should actually have these come this way. Or maybe not a chaos god, but like an eldritch abomination or something like that coming in. It's like, I want cotton candy! And I don't like it so hot. It's so spicy out here. Alright. What do I need? What do I need? I need just more foundations. That's what I need. What was that one movie, Little Nicky, I think it was? Where he's like, he had to, it was, I think it was Adam Sandler. It was an Adam Sandler movie where he had to come up from hell. And he had like, he was wearing like a thick winter parka in like the dead of summer. And he was saying, oh, it's like freezing cold up here. Like the name's Mama Red? I don't know. Alright. What am I doing? I need to... Let's see, what am I doing here? Alright, so... Alright, let's get some more generators down. There. 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 Oop. Oop. Oh no, this fuel generator, or this diesel generator is not cooperating. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it kind of made me think, like, rather than, like, them being actual humans, maybe they're, like, cartoony... Not being mean over here, but, like, kind of cartoony characters kind of deal. Oh, great. Another one of these bad boys. Does that work? Yes, it does. And you know, Autumn, you don't necessarily have to have a thing, like, that is like your signature thing for writing a story. Heck, I don't even know what mine would be. Oh, I got lost there for a second. Ah! No! I missed my platform! No! I was trying to get up on the generator and I forgot I didn't have my jetpack anymore. So, I missed my platform. Okay. Yeah, it's all good. All right. I think I have made the board in such a way to where all the stuff that I have to pick out is on the board. Like, all my options are on the board. It's just a matter of actually, coming across them. What the heck? There we go. Get rid of these. Leave those there because I need those there. Because we're going to be doing something slightly different for the fuel lines for these things. Oop, I think this one's... Yep. This one's kind of whack. There we go, we're whacking it back in place. Alright. And bingo! There we go. We got ourselves another 2 rows of diesel generators ready to go. Huzzah! Alright, so now we're going to do here. Take you and I put you down there. Take you, put you down there. Yay! Oh, right. I don't have my jetpack. Well, I missed my platform again. There we go. I missed my platform again. Okay, here, too many generators. Did you say something about more power? Yes, I am related to the Tim the Toolman the Tailor. No, that's not how it goes. Tim the Toolman Tailor. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. With the Binford 173. There we go. Go back to auto. Yes, this one. Yeah. There. One auto, one auto, 2. Go. Dang it! I've been working with that jetpack for so long that now I'm kind of forgetting it. All right. Let's go like this. Like this. And then grab this and go that. There we go. I missed my platform! Let's see. Yeah, I am just missing my platform all over the place today. Where did I go? Right here. Okay. I'm gonna go over here. There. And there. Auto. This. Down here. This. Nope, not there. Here. All right. So if anybody wants to, you can still submit your short story that has to do. Hold on, I actually didn't bring it up. Here. If you'd like to have your short story read, that goes with this prompt over here, just use the command that's down below, and we'll check it out. Read it live on stream by a voice actor. How many people can say that? All right, cool. Go ahead and send your link, and we'll check it out here in a little bit of time. All right. Second here. The cold below. Okay. Alrighty. So we'll get over here. So we don't have the generators buzzing in the background. You can hear the nice ocean waves. Alrighty. So, let me... Let's see this. And this. Code below. Okay. So, let's get over into the writing office. All right. So, this is The Cold Below by Mama Rednax. "Get that nose down!" the foreman shouted, pointing toward the derrick. "Keep her steady!" The drill bit clanged as if striking something hollow deep under the platform. The echoes drowned out the ringing of boots against the metal as men rushed across the grates. Moments later, the payoff came. The first seawater, then partially frozen slush, before the thick black liquid spewed from the pipe. The men cheered as they worked to secure the pipeline in place. As the black liquid began to land, those cheers morphed into screams of pain. The smell of burning flesh mixed with the sea air as everyone ran toward the outer perimeter. There was a loud groan from the machine as frost rapidly spread up the pipe. When it reached the top of the post, the metal creaked louder before the welds iced over. More of the black liquid rained down, clumps strung together with slimy sinew, metal hissing at the contact. A man, his arm covered in the substance, screamed and fell to his knees. His arms smoked wherever the blackness clung, dripping from his fingers. An icy frost began to bloom between the rivets, spreading quickly under the exposed flesh and turning the skin ashy gray. A violent shudder rattled the framework of the rig as the waves began to crest and crash. Bubbles rose as the water began to boil, steam rising into the thick fog that settled over the surface and brought a freezing chill to the air. The edges of the platform frosted over, thickening into sheets of ice before the metal snapped and shattered. One leg exploded, shrapnel peppering the roiling ocean. Then something crashed into the underside of the structure, sending men flying through the air. Giant slabs of jagged ice erupted to the surface, crashing into each other with thunderous force. Half the crew had fallen into the water, swallowed up by the waves. Others were frozen stiff to the metal. The platform began to tilt, its support cables twanging as they snapped in half. There was no one left to witness what began to rise to the surface. Horns, the color of old iron, veined with frost, pierced the water first. The sharp points flared outward before curling toward the back of the skull. A mouth broke the surface. Seawater rushed in, beginning to freeze between razor-sharp fangs. It breathed out, spraying seawater into the air to form a thick white cloud of ice crystals. As it drew its first breath, the temperature began to plummet. Veins of frost skittered across the surface of the ocean, forming a crust of ice in their wake. With a rumble that caused the ice slabs to vibrate, the head slowly descended back under the waves. Weather anomalies began to take shape. Catastrophic hurricanes formed out of season. Temperatures began to drop, early frost destroying national crops. Record lows swept across the equator. As a heavy winter storm blanketed Geneva in June, breaking historic records, an emergency convention was convened. Geophysicists and climate scientists gathered to discuss the rapid loss of geothermal energy. The second day, volcanologists and oceanographic ocean people joined them. Volcanoes in the Pacific Ring of fire had become dormant. Deep sea currents had begun to stall. The scientists announced the ocean was freezing from the bottom up. Governments began to censor the footage of the frozen ocean, turning coastlines into militarized zones. Other nations shut down all reporting on the changing climate entirely. National emergency response delegates arrived when slabs of ice as large as city blocks and twice as thick, containing sea life and coral frozen inside like insects preserved in amber, surfaced. Civil debate gave way to accusations and dismissal. For days, the convention became a shouting match where reports were discredited, defended, only to become reconfirmed on investigation. Political ties strained as military delegates joined the conversation. "Stop blaming the equipment!" a probe engineer shouted. "This equipment isn't failing. Sensors report rhythmic waves of temperature loss before freezing over. Freezing! Geothermal imaging shows a massive pocket of absolute heat loss migrating along the Mariana Trench. Cold spots don't just migrate," an oceanographer responded. "They don't move like they're alive." "The heat from hydrothermal vents isn't disappearing or shifting. We would be able to trace it if it were. It's just gone. Planetary heat flow is dropping at rates that shouldn't be possible over a millennium, yet are being reached in hours," a geophysicist insisted. "Hours!"
Oil rigs along the Pacific outer continental shelf have sent distress reports of black substances so cold it shatters metal, a representative from the U.S. Coast Guard interjected. Platforms are freezing over and then sinking before samples can be recovered.
What do we do? Nuke the ocean floor? Somebody asked. Several people began to argue the feasibility. Even if we could, another geophysicist said, how do you return that much heat back to the mantle without making the fallout catastrophic? One by one, the loudest voices quieted until silence fell over the convention as no answer could be found. Every impossibility arrived with irrefutable evidence. Every possible resolution model ended the same. Action would lead to an accelerated global collapse. Inaction merely delayed the inevitable. All eyes stared at the thermal infrared satellite imaging broadcast on a large screen in real time. The red and gold imagery had begun to drain into greens and blues. The black region in the Pacific pulsed in a steady rhythm, almost as if a heart was beating. And then Optimus Prime came and said,
I know this evil. Unicron.
All right. That was very, 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 very satisfactory, Mama Rednacks. Yeah, it almost kind of reminds me of, like, maybe some eldritch god is waking up, who's like eldritch fire god is waking up and is just absorbing all the heat so he can try to wake up again. That's my first thing that comes to mind. But if you were to continue the story, what would be the ultimate reason for this? It's some kind of creature, we know that for sure. But at least that's what it sounds like we know for sure. But what would be your conclusion to it? What would you say it is? Oil rigs cracked the casing. Ah, so was Earth kind of acting like a prison almost? For like an ancient beings or eldritch abomination or whatever you want to call it, like being held in place. It was such a powerful creature that no one could actually kill it, so they instead just imprisoned it. And Earth happened to be its jail cell, for lack of better terms. Okay. So, what if it wasn't just sucking just out of planets? What if it absorbs heat, just heat energy in general? So, like, it would extinguish stars. It would, like, seek out supernovas because they, like, put out so much heat that it is, I guess it maybe even just feeds on heat, you know? Maybe heat energy or heat is its food. It's maybe not necessarily an evil creature. It's just trying to survive, but it eats heat. And you know, maybe it doesn't get more powerful. It just I got so wrapped up in the creature that I forgot the scientist part for a bit. And the thing has wings and eventually leaves the ocean. Okay.
So, kind of like Cthulhu's cousin or something like that? Is that kind of what you were going after? Alright, so... We actually want... Got so wrapped up in creating this eldritch thing that she forgot. Oh yeah, there are people here. I can't remember who it was, but I saw a thing somebody put up. It says, "But I don't want to destroy the Earth. I live here. I keep all my stuff. It's where all my stuff is." Kaiju-like creature. Oh, okay. So, Pacific Rim on steroids. Or are we talking like, Godzilla's cousins? Kind of like from the Monsterverse. No! Oh, dang it. No, I don't want it there. That. No, I missed my platform again. Well, you guys get another thing. Well, you guys are on a roll. I'm over here going like, well, I wish I had my jetpack back on, but... Okay, so those are all done. Okay. So then, we take this. That. We take this and we go like a that. Like this. Like a that. Go like a that. Go like this. And we go like a this. Oh, little save hang up there. Clap clap shenanigan. Shenanigans. Alright. So those are... Oh, cracked my neck there. I don't know if you guys heard that. Okay, so what we are going to do over here now? We are going to take this, turn it around, and we are going to go this way. What? I did not tell you to undo that. up to... Ah! I really need my hover pack is what I need. So like a little electric fan, or a little electric hover fan pack that I can use to just hover around the entire factory. And it runs off the electricity that's around us. Or that's around me. It's kind of cool. No? Another thing that I've been recently diving into is rewatching a lot of the Mortal Kombat cutscene movies. What I did, I think it's MK Fire and Ice that I've been watching them from. They did it's like a 5-hour-long video. And they also have the other games too, like individual games if you want to watch them. But there is Mortal Kombat, let's see, Mortal Kombat 9. It's not called 10, it's actually called Mortal Kombat X, I believe it is. But there's Mortal Kombat's 9, 10, 11, and 1. They're all like 9, 10, 11, 1, and Aftermath. They all have one gigantic storyline that has to do with timelines. So I think it's all pretty cool. Of course, you know, that is my jam, is, you know, kind of the timeline thing going on. Especially with Sacred Tears and Maple Story, the novel. That's kind of like my whole jam there. But there's like they deal with timelines, they deal with gods, they deal with titans. It's an interesting story altogether once it's all put together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you up. Put you up. Then we are going to come over here. There. Doop, doop. Ah! No! I just got scared. I didn't miss my That time I missed my platform. this one. Yeah. Get rid of that. There. Should be able to put you just right there. Yes. Alrighty. Connect 3. I win. Okay. Did it tell you one? I don't know exactly how it's supposed to look on that side, so you're gonna have to help me out here, guys. No, but I have 3 touching now. Ah, okay. I'm pretty sure I set it up to where you need 5, but I just wanted to make sure, because, you know. I didn't know, as Markiplier would say. I didn't know. What do we want to do over here?
We are having good day, my friend.
Yes, I know, I'm a little bit wacky. But you know, but for all of you who follow me, you know what you signed up for.
You signed up for having good time, my friends, yes? At least I hope you're having good time. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but you will have to find other streamer who gives better time.
This way. And by the way, for anybody else, you're more than welcome to submit a story to be read. You know, you don't have to wait for a specific time or wait for a specific say, hey, you can do it. It's all, you know, within the time. So if there anybody else who has a submission they'd like to have read, by all means, go for it. Is Pokepen still here? I don't think so. Anyways, I was gonna say, if Pokepins is still here, see if she's gotten unstuck from her story hang-up. Go like this. There we go. Ah! Bash my face into a pipe. then what we are going to do... Actually, what we ought to do... is we actually ought to take this, see if we can go up. Nope. Okay, take this. No, this. Come up one level. This, we should be able to just take from here to here. Yes! Alright. So, we have an ad break coming up for those of you over on Twitch. Now, I actually need to take the opportunity to use this ad break so I can go get myself some water, because my mouth is starting to feel like it's getting very sticky, very cottony, and very dry. So, I will be right back with a bottle of water. You guys will get to see me convene with my dragon brethren, and then we shall be right back with more building and possibly more short stories. So don't go anywhere. We shall be back after these massages. Alrighty, we are getting ready to be back into it. Let me push a couple buttons over here, get the noise of generators rolling again, and away we go. Oh, and if you guys are interested in reading something that'll keep you busy for hours upon hours, be sure and check out my story. Oops. That wasn't it. Maple Story, The Gnome. You can check it out over on Inkit or Wattpad. And yes, it is based on the game, but you do not have to be... I'm pretty sure you don't have to be familiar with the game to enjoy a good story. And if the first 2 books are on both of these sites right here, but if you want to read more than that, you can always check it out on AO3 or fanfiction.net, where you can read books 3 and about the first half of 4, if you so desire. It's what I was working on book 2 of this series on Wednesday, if you want to come and check that out. That always starts at around 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys want to check it out on Wednesdays. And we have all kinds of good time there. Do some writing, maybe do some voice acting stuff. And just all around have a good time and continually trying to get better as a writer. Not just me, but for anyone. Go. There. Zoop, zoop. That going. Now, for those eagle-eyed viewers, you will notice that I am actually using Mark II belts to go to feed into these for unpackaged fuel. I only need 60 of these per minute, but if I do Mark II belts, it'll help feed this thing a little faster. So that way it doesn't starve, and that way my generators stay running and nothing goes kaput. Alrighty. So to go straight. And so what we're going to do is this. We're going to boot. And boot. Those are done. So I just need to put a recipe that I want to use. Make sure, yes, packaged fuel. All right. Now, this is where things get a little complicated. Okay, so what we're going to do... First and foremost, we are just going to start our collection of our containers first. Just get it underway. Oops. Okay, so then we are going to put it here. I'm going to take kayo. What? No, that was right. What? Oh, you kidding me. I put this one in the wrong direction. That's what happened. I gotta put a new thing on the bingo board eventually. Tatsu builds the thing wrong. Alright. Oh, let's see. This. There we go. Now we done did it correctly. It's just short. Okay. Alright, so now we are going to take this and we're going to go a 1, a 2, a 3 and go put. And we're gonna come over here. This over here. Ah, itchy nose. No, I am not Master Oogway. Okay, so then I'm gonna go right here. First, we're gonna go down. I'm gonna go under this. And we gotta go back up. And then what we're going to do. This and then 1, 2. Okay, bring us around the corner. There we go. Alright, now we're going to set up our stackable conveyor stands. I remember when these stackable ones first came out. Actually, no, I don't remember that because I didn't get into the game. It was still in early access when I started playing the game. I think I started right around update 4. The couple of people that got me into the game that really wanted to see it was Z1 Gaming and I'm Kibitz. Those are the guys who got me really actually wanting to try the game in the first place. Itchy, itchy, itchy. So, das dot. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. I'm gonna go over here. Okay, cool. And doot doot. No, I didn't want to do that. Doot doot. Okay. Cool. Doing good so far. I haven't lost my mind just yet. Of course, I'm playing Satisfactory, so it's kind of a toss-up there. Oh, man, big yawns all of a sudden. Alright, so then what do we want to do is we want to take power from this pole over here and we want to bringing power over here. Come on, get me up there. Here. Alright, cool. So then we need to bring power to the rest of these refineries over here so we can make some go-go juice. Going to the TikTok to get the boo-boo. If you know what movie that's from, cool. Alright, so then... Actually, you know what? You know what I want to do? Is this one... Actually, ought to no. There we go. Round. Come on! You serious? I got this wrong twice. There we go. Boing! Ta-da! So then, what we're going to do is we're going to take this here. We're going to go this way. No, we're not going to do that. We're actually gonna go... Hayden Hart! Welcome, welcome! How are you doing this evening, morning, whatever time it is for you? writing done. Oh, cool! This is the... It's not the Dragon Shifter, that's Book Lover, I'm pretty sure. You'll have... I am drawing a blank on what your story was. The Demon Apocalypse, yes! How's it coming along? Okay, that's cool. Keep the habit up. Keep the skills nice and sharp. Ah! No! I missed my platform! Well, guess what, people? This game is called Satisfactory. It is... Okay, what was I doing? Give me a second here. This was... I believe... This one. Okay. So the game itself is called Satisfactory. It is a... Mama rednecks. It is a factory builder. Where you build a factory to get stuff, to make stuff, so that you can make more stuff, so you can build more stuff that makes more stuff, that gets more stuff. Yeah. I find it pretty fun. It's easily a game you could put a good 300-400 hours in. I mean, this particular world, I think I'm about I want to say about the halfway point of the game, and I've already put 400 hours into this world. My main world, I had to show you the one that I have completed, that I completed the game. I think I have somewhere like 850 hours in that world. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of like The Sims and Minecraft all wrapped into one. I don't know if you've ever heard of a game called Factorio. A lot of people compare Factorio or this game to Factorio, being a 3D version of that game. If not, don't worry about it. It's another, basically, planetary exploitation game. I find it pretty fun. You can build some pretty cool stuff with it. In this particular one, I am making the factory that quote-unquote, I would do the air quotes with my fingers, but I don't have the tracking for it. I'm making multiple factories across the world that I take the materials back and forth with by train. And I am currently reworking the power grid a little bit because I need more power! And yes, the... Satisfactory is... Hold on. I gotta do the thing. It is all very satisfactory. Okay. Let's see. What was I doing? This. Okay. Uh-oh. Looks like this line needs some more help. Looks like. And yeah. I don't know if you know this or not, Hayden, or knew this, but on Friday nights I have basically what amounts to community submission night, to where if you, I have a prompt, which, you know, you guys can see, let's see, which one? Twitch. Right above me up here. Based on that prompt right there, you can write a short story, and then you can have it read live on stream by yours truly. In between gameplay stuff. Or actually, I'm playing the game in between submissions, let's put it that way. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot. Not only that, but I also have a bingo game going for stuff that happens while I'm playing, because I may mess something up. No, no. This is about the dying god. Yeah. So don't worry. I have new ones every couple of weeks. Like I said, the writing prompts stay up for a couple weeks, so that way in case you miss one, or miss when it goes up live the first time, you have a chance to come back again and do it again on the second week. Or if you have like another idea that you wanted read, but like you had two ideas that were competing, you get to have more than one story. So, woohoo! Woo! I almost missed there. Unfortunately, I'm all out of missed platform stuff. So, we want to take one of these. And we want to put it right here. Alright, so now what we are going to do, put you there. Take another one, put you there. And I'm going to take you out because I don't want you to be there in the first place. Yes, I know it's clipping. Deal with it. Besides, this is more so kind of a temporary thing until I can get the blenders, so I can do a different version of the same recipe. It'll be a little bit more efficient, a little more resource efficient. So we won't have these horrible clipping conveyor belts everywhere. Oh. What's happening? That was weird. It wasn't a saving spike. Or it wasn't a savings lag. What happened? There. Player in the way. Move your fat head. Yes, it would. Oh no, I got my socks wet. And if you want to participate in the bingo, it is currently going right now over on the Twitch right now. You should be able to look it up below. Yeah, you can also watch the YouTube VODs and stuff like that. Oh no. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Phew. Yeah, and if you do get bingo, you get to just make a choice from my Wheel of Doom. You don't have to spin the wheel at all. You just get to pick one of the things that's on it, and that's what we do. Well, even with the jetpack, I probably still would have gotten the wet socks. Okay, so now gotta go up top here. And line it up with the conveyor hole. There we go. Up. Whoa. Not exactly where I wanted to be, but it works anyway. I'll take it. Alrighty. So all of that is prepared. Now it is time. Oh, wait. We got one last thing we need to do. We need to hook up the generators to the main power grid. Because otherwise, doing all of this without hooking up the generators is really not going to do us any good. Alright, nope, this is my one. And we're going to bring a power pole right here. No, we're going to bring a power pole right here. And then we have to hook up one of these generators. Forgive me for a minute while all the generators are really loud. I will say, though, that I never use the parachute in... I don't know if I said this in the previous episodes of this or not, but I never used to use the parachute because originally the parachute was a single-use item. So if you wanted to keep using it, you had to have multiple parachutes on you. And, like, you'd have to keep making them if you wanted to keep using them. So I would end up just using the jetpack or the hover pack for that instead. I would just skip right over the parachute, never ever use it. But now that the parachute is like a one-time creation item, and you just, as long as you're wearing it, you get a parachute, that's where I kept it. Alrighty, so now let's get ourselves some containers into the system. Start booting up another 6,000 megawatts of power. All right. Yes, I know it's clipping, but it's just to get the job done. Oh, wow. Looks like I need to load up this belt with some more containers. I want to make sure we have enough. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that right now because it's not going to take for long. All right. I want to make sure there's plenty of containers for all the fuel. So that, because like I said, if the containers kind of go belly up, that means my power grid kind of starts going belly up. Okay. Alrighty, let's make our way back over here. So we can watch for water bottles to start coming up the road. Oh, we got our first few water bottles coming. Uh-oh. And I did not hook it up. Bad, Tatsu. Bad! Alrighty. As soon as we get this line up and running, that's probably where we're gonna call it for the evening. Oh no. Oh no! Don't tell me I'm using the wrong one. That's even worse! I didn't use the right one! Well... Bleh. Ain't that just a pickle? Well, I'm gonna have to work on this in my off time because I'm getting kind of sleepy. I'm getting kind of tired. And yeah, as you see right there, I did actually do the wrong line for water bottles, but like I said, we'll have to do that another time. Either that or I'm going to do it off stream and work on it some more. So as you see, right, I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here in this particular world, I have 491, almost 492 hours in this world. So yeah, it's all content. We just get it, and we just get to do it again. Yay! Yeah. So yes, thank you all for coming. I hope you're at least mildly entertained by that, by me working on the factory and failing a little bit. We didn't have anybody get bingo this time around, but yeah. So we did work on the power grid some more. We got a little bit done, but I screwed up. You know, didn't get the right belt going. So next time, I'll see if I can get the correct water bottles from over there to go over there somewhere so we can have more generators going. But that should be it for tonight on the building the factory. And thanks again for everybody who submitted a short story. They were all quite satisfactory. So yeah, then it shall be on to next week. We shall be doing more prompts, and the prompt that I have in my head, let me get it on the thing over here.
All right. So sorry that took a little bit, but the writing prompt this week is a little bit longer than I thought. So let me get it adjusted here so it fits on screen. There we go. So the prompt this week is this. Oh, I guess it's a little bit, it may be a little bit hard to see on the screen, but I'll still read it out for you guys. You promised your best friend that you would become the greatest warrior in the world and protect everyone, but most of all, your friend. Hold on. 15 years later, you find yourself on the battlefield as the only remaining soldier in your platoon facing down an army of barbarians. You're badly beaten and can barely stand. Then they charge. When they charge, you begin to pass out. Before you hit the ground, someone catches you, and you hear your friend's voice say, "It's all right. You've done enough. Now it's my turn." So yeah. Right away. Have fun with it. Whether that friend is a romantic interest or not, that is up to you. Have fun with it. Do whatever you want. But I would like to say this is going to be your writing prompt for the next couple of weeks. And I would hope to see what you guys come up with. Now, to this coming Sunday, we are actually going to be going back into MapleStory and finishing up the Silent Crusade storyline with Rachel, and her adventure to heal her sister. Press X to doubt. On our way, I think we only have like a few more things left to do before we hit the level 205th job advancement, where it'll be basically the end of the General Explorer storyline. So, yeah. And then we might go through the Arcane River once more, because some things have changed and have been written together and written differently now. So we might check that out. And then on Wednesday, come back for a writing stream starting at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I am going to be working on MapleStory, the novel Guardians. And then you guys can be working on whatever it is you want writing, whether it's writing, dishes, sewing, doing laundry, whatever it is. We'll work on those projects all together. And, yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. So, I hope to see you then. Oh, and the Sunday stream is going to be starting at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, yeah. I hope to see you all on the next one.
There's a feeling deep inside. Let it be your prayer. Show me the power you can hide.
Thanks everyone for coming to the stream, and I hope to see you again next time. If you want to catch whenever I go live, subscribe or follow to become a coin of the vault so you never miss a thing. Wherever you're viewing from, have a look around my YouTube channel for more stuff, including the audiobooks of MapleStory the novel Sacred Tears, Sly Cooper Rise of Vexen, and Arcane. Each story is fully voice acted with sound effects and background music so that you can sit down and watch or listen to while you go about your day. You can also find all kinds of previous storylines from MapleStory that I've already done. So, until next time, my friends.
Never be afraid to fall. Throw yourself into it. Victory's waiting for you. Go fight, show your energy. Don't slow down, no time to wait. Nothing's stopping you now.